Well, Coach, there's been a point of emphasis has been finding emotion against opponents like these, manufacturing that emotion. How do you do that against, what are your expectations against Pittsburgh?
Well, it seems to be there with Pittsburgh. I think the games that we played last year, I thought Pittsburgh played fantastic, and I thought we were really good too. Like, they're up and down the ice, they're fast. We would have like an awful lot of respect for some of the players that they have on that team, and in terms of them as players and what they can do. And I think we get a little more respect from teams now. They come ready to go when they play us. I think this thing gets up and down the ice at a wicked speed. I think there'll be some banging, but it'll be a very fast, very skilled game.
It's kind of an interesting contrast. You go from Carolina, who's kind of noted for their defensive play, scored 12 goals against them in 2 games, and now you're going against a team with basically the worst goals against average at the moment.
To be 2-1 filthy tonight. Yeah. Well, last year we were the best defensive team in the NHL, right, tied with Winnipeg, and this year we're not. Like, we're sitting in the mid to low 20s. Like, we're about as good defensively as they are. We've had good goaltending. Our numbers aren't very good because we haven't given them a chance for the goalies' numbers to be good. I don't think that we've been soft defensively. I just think we got into a whole bunch of games where we were behind it and ended up chasing the game a bit. I mean, we've given up 9 empty net goals, so there's a big chunk of your defense going out the window. We're still searching for that consistency. I don't really view the game split between our offense and defense. It's all the same for us. It's the emotional level that we play at, and when we play at a high level, our hands show up somehow, and we're pretty good defensively. If we don't, we have no hands and we can't defend. So we have to get our heart rate to a certain level every night, and that's the 82-game challenge, and Pittsburgh certainly showed that they could do it for years, from just before 09, but certainly in 09 straight through to their back-to-back. They were a good hockey team, and their schedule was tough a lot of years, and they found a way to grind and be contenders every year. So we'll take some lessons from them.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that next. Like, what's life like after you win the cup for the coach that's never experienced that thing? You know.
Oh, it's still pretty good. Yeah, like it's I'm all right with it. I don't mind it. It is a new set of challenges. I don't think that it is, to be honest with you, it is as hard. If we were in this situation and had lost Game 7, it would be a whole different kind of hard. We're a good team. We've been able to certainly get up for games. A lot of times during the year, in years past, if you were pretty good against the playoff teams and not so good against then that was a weakness of preparation, and I wasn't wiring these guys right. I still take that as a challenge to myself, but I don't think that's true of our team. They're an honest bunch of guys. We came back from Finland, and we had a pretty good start this year. I think we were 11-3 at one point, and then we had 2 weeks. We couldn't find it. We just couldn't find that energy. We weren't playing terrible. We were just behind it. And then I thought we came out of it last week and got back to our legs. So that's our job. Every team has a set of circumstances they have to deal with. If they get it right, they're a good hockey team. They can win every night. And if they don't, they look a certain way. Right? When we're not right, we all look a certain way. So that's my job. I got to find a way, and it can't be screaming and yelling every night. It's just got to be a way to keep them fresh and keep them energized.
Any changes in the lineup tonight?
Well, we've got Sergei's on leave, and we've got Drige in. The defense is going to stay the same, and Yona Gadjevich comes in for Samoskevich.
Is Knight in that, or?
Correct. Snyder's flying, yeah.
Patrick Hornquist, he is on this trip. He had a lot of success here in Pittsburgh. How would you describe his impact in this new role, just being present around the team?
Yeah, so his impact goes beyond the new role. A big part of where we got to was because he was on the team for the last couple of years. The level of compete that he has, and in his games and in practices. And then after, when he got injured and he wasn't really coming back, we didn't think he'd be able to come back. God, he'd skate our extra guys and our injured guys, right? You had to keep up with Patrick, and nobody could. But he's had that kind of enthusiasm. The guy that was the player is exactly the same guy that's now involved in his scouting and all the things that he does for us. But he also has a lot of experience. So we did bring him kind of back over this time for his experience going through 2 Stanley Cups, what it's like in November and December of that year, to get his insight. But he's just, everybody that knows him, the energy level's off the charts. I love when he's around the guys because he's still close enough to them that he can shame them into their work ethic. He's always been able to do that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Coach.
See you guys. Take care.